Yo, welcome to another edition of Team Ambition Podcast. I'm your host, I'm your coach, I'm whatever you need me to be. I'm John Robinson, and stay tuned. This is going to be a great podcast. So, this week's podcast, I will hit you guys with what I like to call Enough is Enough. So, the reason I'm tired of that is I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to this. Sooner or later, you get tired of starting over. You get tired of not being consistent. You get tired of saying that you're going to do something and you just never follow through. And even when you get the follow up, you still don't follow through. So sooner or later, you got to get tired of starting over. I know even for me, some of my journey, my fitness journey, I use that for obvious for this platform, for this conversation. I had started a program, and at the time it was P90X. If you guys, some of you guys remember that, I had started P90X. So what held me accountable is call me cheap, call me, whatever. I knew I had paid for this program. At the time, I think it's like 130, 140 bucks, whatnot. So to me, I was like, all right, I'm gonna stick to this because I paid for it. So that was what helped me accountable. I paid for this program, so I did the full 90 days, right? And then it helped me, build momentum, build confidence, and learning more about fitness, right? So it helped me stay accountable to it. So I guess the question I ask you, the one who's tuning in, the one who's listening, what's going to hold you accountable? Are you the type of person that you need that 5 a.m. wake up call? Are you willing to sacrifice that 5 a.m. to get up at 5 a.m. to be held accountable? Is that you? I know some of you guys who tune in, my team members who are tuned in, you guys are getting that 5 a.m. phone call or text message from me. Hey, let's get up, let's get it done. That's just part of it. That's part of accountability. Don't get it twisted. I love doing it though, but I love to see you guys succeed. But when is enough enough, right? So I use that for example. Or another example, those who you may have started college, right? You may have started a college program or even a certification. You start it, then you get so it gets so mundane. Day in day out, papers, quizzes, whatever. You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna take a break. I need to take a break, and you never come back to it, right? So sooner or later you gotta be like telling yourself like, yo, I'm tired of starting over. I'm tired of keep going through this. Let me just get it done, and then gain all the rewards from it when it's done. So one of my favorite quotes I've heard, Kobe Bryant. I like to reference him a lot. God rest his soul. I like to reference him a lot because I find him very inspiring, and I like to model, at least try to model my work ethic or how I do things. A lot aligned with how his philosophy in work ethic is. So what is it? What's at the end, not in the middle. So if you continuously keep going, keep pushing, you get a chance to relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor at the end. Enjoy the results of it. Enjoy your wins. And that's, I know if you guys follow me heavily, I like to share saying that everything's a win, right? Celebrate your wins. So each time that you accomplish something, celebrate it. It's because when you celebrate, you've gone through it, and you celebrate your wins. It feels good, doesn't it? It feels good to celebrate. It feels good to pop them bottles or light a cigar, or whatever that may look like for each individual. How you celebrate, but just the fact of you celebrating it makes you want to get that feeling over and over again. So work hard, celebrate, repeat. Work hard, celebrate, and repeat. And you'll see that as you continuously collect those wins, that your overall goal is pretty much done. So I just like to touch on that. Some of the things I noticed that some of my team members, as I coach individuals, I've noticed that just creating healthy habits. That can be a hard thing for easy enough for some, but hard for others. So creating healthy habits. So that may be, hey, let me get up in the morning, let me start working out, do my first workout, 15, 30 minutes, whatever that plan may look like for each individual. And then let me get into go ahead and eat my breakfast, prep my meals for the day, or whatever the case may be. Get my son, daughter, family ready for the next day, and then go to work, whatever that looks like for each individual. But just creating healthy habits that are aligned with your individual goals. Those people who are just starting a business, right? Get up, don't scroll through social media. There's nothing there for you, right? Get up, be thankful for what you got. Do some meditation, read something that's going to be beneficial for you. Again, I can't tell you what to do, but create those healthy habits. Get up, do something that's going to be aligned with your individual goals. and just attack the day. Have your plan laid out for the day and just stick to it. Check them off, check the boxes off. And as you notice, each day or each day that you keep accomplishing, look how much further you are close to the goal that you set up for yourself. So start early, start often. I understand that everybody's a morning person. Not everybody really is. It really isn't for everybody. But you gotta find something that you're going to sacrifice to help you achieve. That's that just goes without saying. One of the things I would tell you also is that you have to realize that you cannot negotiate with yourself. Do not negotiate and say, hey, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. Hey, you know what, I'm not gonna do this last exercise. I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll do it later on today. Hey, I'm not gonna do this last set. I'm not gonna do this last rep. I'm not gonna get up. I'll get up tomorrow morning and you do it. All those times that you keep putting it off each day, day by day by day. Next thing you know, those days turn to weeks. Weeks turns to months. Months turns to a year. And now you've wasted time not accomplishing what you set out to do. So that in itself can be very daunting. It can be very it creates more doubt in yourself. It makes you more makes you lack confidence in yourself. So those different things that you keep constantly putting off, it doesn't help you. It kind of decreases your opportunities of elevation. So those are some of the things I would definitely encourage. So what does your circle look like? Right? I remember I had a circle of friends that weren't aligned with where my life was going, where my career was going. So I had to kind of pause that and go about my business, so that way I'm able to progress the way I needed to progress. And then if later on we pick up where we left off. It's not always the case, but hey, that's just nature of the beast. Not everybody wants to see you win, but those who do want to see you win, they'll understand the journey that you're on, and they'll understand that those sacrifices that you have to make for the betterment of yourself, it just goes along with it. And if anybody who loves you, cares for you, wants to see you succeed, has your best interest in mind, they'll understand that. Those who don't, I would like to say they're selfish for themselves, not selfish for you. Find people who are selfish for you, right? Who want to see you succeed, and the journey becomes a lot more easier. Um, Whatever that journey may be for you as an individual. So, I think that each person has a turning point. You probably heard this. You guys have probably heard this in one of my other podcasts. I believe that people change for two reasons. People change for either something positive, something they may be inspired, they may turn to motivation, and that motivation turns to discipline, or as something negative or catastrophic has to happen. I'll give you an example. There was an individual that I knew that or know. Their grandparents were sick because of diabetes, constant heart attacks, the whole shebang. Well, they realized that I don't want to be like that. I don't want my life to end up turning to that way, right? So what they end up doing, being a little bit more active, walking, running, weightlifting, whatever. They just took their life into their own hands. Better healthy decisions, just being active, the whole nine. So something catastrophic had to happen for individuals to change. You know, it sucks to be that way, but it is that way. We don't make actions until we're affected. So, but that's usually most of the time. But if it is in a positive light, that's always the best way. If they're inspired, they're motivated by individuals, they're motivated by intrinsically or extrinsically, as long as they're making moves or whatnot. So, enough is enough. When is enough? Enough, right? I like one of my favorite quotes that I like to share with you all is, if you can do more, you're not doing enough. So there's one social media I saw on Instagram. I love it. It was a video of this coach. He was saying, lazy people, it's something along this line. You'll get it though. Lazy people feel like they're winning when those winners always feel like they're being lazy because they're not doing enough. So if you can do more, you're not doing enough. So I really, really, really like that video or that quote, or I kind of probably messed it up, the quote, but you kind of get the gist of it. Lazy people feel like they're winning, they're just doing enough, but those who are just doing above and beyond, they don't feel like they're doing enough. They just feel like there's always more to do. Now, imagine if you had that mindset, if you're always feeling like there's more to do, you would just constantly achieve, just constantly achieve. Um, and this was just a quick little podcast I wanted to do for you guys. Now, for the first time, this is actually a video, a podcast. Usually we're doing audio, so I thought I'd do a little different dynamic, giving you guys a little audio so you can kind of see my face and actually do the whole shebang thing. So, what I need you guys to do, all right. So if you tune into this, you can find us on YouTube. You can subscribe right down below. Go to our Instagram at Team Ambition Fitness. Of course, you can find us on Facebook, Team Ambition Fitness LLC. But first and foremost, definitely check out our webpage, www.teamambitionfitness.com. You'll find our podcast, you'll find our packages, you'll find our clothing that's coming out soon. Stay tuned. We're really, really, really excited about what's coming to fruition in the next month or two. So stand by for that. Definitely love the support. I appreciate everything what you guys are doing for me. I appreciate all our team members who allow us to be a part of your fitness journey. And as I always say, be epic, ambitious, and stay tenacious. We will see you next time. Peace.